are the most important concept in marketing. In fact, they are the foundation stone of all modern marketing. If you don't get your keywords right, if you don't know what niche you want to address and get the keywords right for that niche, it's just a waste of money. So, what are keywords? There are three parts to the definition, and the first part is the most important. The most commonly searched terms online, most commonly searched on Google to find you or to find a business like yours. It is absolutely critical that they are the most commonly searched terms. When I work with business leaders and business owners, we always get the same thing. They use words that they think best describe what it is they do, when really what keywords are all about are what your audience is using to find you, what they think describes you. So, how do you find keywords? Well, just go to Google. Type in Google keyword tool, click on it, open it up. A couple of key things here, really important. You put one on each line, the keyword phrases. And remember, keywords are almost never one word. Almost never, unless you're a massive global corporation. So one on each line. Then you need to enter the, well, you need to make sure first of all that we select from Australia, because we are, people listening to this are in Australia, but of course if you were in England you would select England. And that gives you local traffic in Australia, but it also gives you go global. You then type in those very annoying things that are impossible to read, but I see Lincoln managed to read it in this case. Okay, and up come the suggestions. Now, it puts the words at the top that you actually typed in, and then it tells you a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, we're only interested in the highest traffic, and usually in Australia. Though we have some global clients, but usually we're looking at Australia. So we click on the top like that, and it sorts by local traffic. Absolutely critical. Then all you do is export however many you want. You can export all, and it exports it as a .csv file, and you save it into Excel. We then edit that file. Okay, here's an example that we just did in October 2011. This is for a business that exports, that helps companies either invest in or export to or import from what's called the BRIC countries, China, India and Brazil. And because we're looking at Australia, the highest traffic is around China, not a surprise, followed by India, and of course the other BRIC countries are Brazil and Russia, so they're not here. But here we go. We've sorted it by local monthly searches. What does competition mean? That simply means this is a Google keyword tool for use inside AdWords. So this is an estimate of what Google thinks is the competition for those keywords if you are buying advertisements. Now, we leave this in because it gives us a surrogate or an estimate of how competitive it will be if we were to optimize for those keywords. Now, 0.78 is the highest here. That's fairly high. So people will be buying ads on China importing. But almost nobody will be buying ads on, for example, Asia investment or China investment. So there's a good chance that China investment is also not very competitive for people trying to get to page 1 of Google. Then we just leave in the global searches, which gives you an indication of where that is. So, exported into an Excel spreadsheet. We formatted that spreadsheet to make it a bit neater, but those are the keywords for this particular business. So, what's the biggest mistake with keywords? It's simple. Virtually every business I've ever worked with doesn't start at the top. So they don't look at the highest traffic term first and see whether that term fits their business or not. Because fundamentally, the most valuable, the most magic keyword for a business has high traffic, and also describes what it is the business does. So start at the top and work down. And I guess the other mistake they make in business is typically they use their own jargon. Well, the punters don't use industry jargon. The people that buy your services don't use industry jargon. A quick recap. Keywords, the most commonly searched on Google to find you. And just a final comment on keywords. We use Google to find keywords, but we embed these keywords on every other online platform, including Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and the other social media. How we think when we are searching for something in Google is exactly how we think when we're searching in LinkedIn. So the most commonly searched words on Google are also going to be the most commonly searched on LinkedIn. That's keywords. Get those right. You can then start doing your marketing. Fantastic.